and welcome to episode 48 of The Adventures of Two Gray Mice. Today we're going to talk about the changes coming to Boardwalk, some discounts that are coming your way, and what's happening Lakeside. Here we go. Hi, and welcome to The Adventures of Two Gray Mice. I'm Meg.
And I'm Rob.
And we are Two Gray Mice. Hey everybody, I hope you all had a good week this week. I had a great week. It was my birthday week and my family spoiled me wonderfully, which is always nice. So, what's happening down in Disney? Disney just announced that changes are happening in the Boardwalk area, and I think they're for the good. If you didn't know, Jelly Rolls left the Boardwalk resort area at this point, I guess, almost a year ago, which was the dueling piano bar. And it's being replaced finally with a bar called Hurley Burley, which is a fun name, if nothing else. And according to Disney, it will be the following. The new lounge called Hurley Burley is coming to the waterfront. This is replacing Jelly Rolls, which is a dueling piano bar, I can speak, which still does exist. Jelly Rolls has just moved to a different location in the city of Orlando itself. During the afternoon, Hurley Burley will be a family-friendly activities like trivia and games, and all will be welcome. At night, it will become a 21 and over live music venue with coastal-inspired cocktails and light bites. It's kind of giving me the cruise line vibe, like how most of the cruise lines have during the day, anybody's welcome in. They have some games in there. They'll have their board games in there and their trivia. And then at night, it becomes 21 and over, and they still may have trivia. It's just a little different trivia. So it should be interesting. And it's nice because a lot of the restaurants in the Boardwalk area are on the more expensive side, more, like Flying Fish. So it's nice to have some place that you can go in and maybe have a light lunch that's not the quick service. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of curious what it's going to be like. They're also getting some new shopping in there because all the shopping stores had closed. They had the art gallery in there. I think that's the only thing left, as well as the Disney stores. But Basin is coming in. Basin is a handcrafted products like bath products, bath salts, bath bombs. They're going to have shampoo bars, and they're going to have interactive elements like a bath tea blending counter. So make your own soap station, soap embossing press. I guess you could have your name or whatever else you want to emboss in your soap. Not really sure that's my thing. Not that I don't use soap. I just can't. Once you use it, the embossing's gone. So it just seems silly. But Basin's a great company, and hopefully it'll do well there. They also tease that they should be getting a new quick service in the area. And the Boardwalk's always kind of strange if you've ever been there, even just wandered through it, which you should do during Christmas because the carousel is amazing. It's like the lobby's on like the second floor. It's on the first floor when you come in from the parking lot, but it's on the second floor when you look out over the pool and over the Boardwalk itself. And you have to go downstairs. These two great staircases are outside. And downstairs is where the quick service is. It's where the new bar is going to be. It's where all the Flying Fish is, the Boardwalk. So it's kind of an odd setup. It's a great resort. I mean, it's based after the old Atlantic City, 1800s kind of thing. Nothing like the modern Atlantic City, which I've been to several times, living not that far away. It just kind of makes the whole area a little more attractive because you've got Boardwalk, you've got Swan, you've got Dolphin. They're like just over the canal. Easy walk over to there or to the Boardwalk if you wanted to go to Hurley Burley. You've got Beach and Yacht just on the other side. And of course, you've got the boat traffic to, you can't take it to Epcot because it's just right there. You can walk or you can take the boat all the way down to Hollywood Studios, though easy walk to either one. Of course, you can also take the Skyliner, which actually takes longer than walking. But when you walk that much miles a day in the parks, sometimes you don't want to walk. But it just I think it's going to make a little more of an adult area, a little more relaxed area at night, someplace for, the older set to go and hang out in the evening. That's not Disney Springs, which would be nice. We don't need everything, to be extreme and fully themed out. I'm curious what Hurley Burley is going to be like. I'm kind of hoping it's a little, not obviously burlesque, but that whole 1800s flair of shows that they used to do. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like. The other thing that's going to be coming, now that's going to be coming, supposedly, I have the date someplace, at the end of 2026. Now, coming next summer, so a year from now. So, if you're thinking about wanting to do this, you do have to start planning it, even though they aren't taking reservations yet. They'll probably start probably 6 months out from opening when they announce the opening, maybe closer. Not sure. Lakeshore Lodge. If you haven't heard of it, Lakeshore Lodge is going to be the new DVC resort. It's right next to Fort Wilderness. Literally, that's my biggest problem with it, is if you're in Fort Wilderness itself, if you're over by where the boat docks and the restaurants are, it's right there. So you kind of lost that feeling on the one side of being in the woods because there's this big construction project. Now, as it gets older, some of the trees may grow back in. As they finish up and the cranes and everything go away, it may not be as bad as I'm seeing right now, but we'll find out. At the same time, the actual resort sounds interesting and fun and someplace I really want to stay. So Disney's Lakeshore Lodge is projected to open in the summer of 2027 on the south shores of Bay Lake. Disney describes it as a nature-inspired resort that will celebrate the beauty of magic of nature through Disney storytelling. We all know they still tell stories very well. Sorry, I'm reading this because I don't want to get it wrong. They'd share the first look at the wetlands, which is going to be an outdoor recreation area behind the lobby. It will include a wet and dry play areas inspired by Pocahontas, including Heron Shores and Otter Springs. The resort will also include a Daydream River, a lazy river-style recreation feature, and Lakeside Lagoon, a zero-entry pool with spiral water slide. I like the zero-entry pools, especially with small kids. So the zero-entry pool is going to be close to the wetlands and that whole area where families are going to more likely be. So it'll just be nice to have another zero-entry pool for the kids to be in. You don't have to worry about them falling into the pool and like neatly being in over their heads because you have to walk. There'll also be a prospective pond, which is going to be a leisure pool, like more an adult pool, not one to like play around in, no water slides or anything, which will have a whirlpool spa, and that will have views of Magic Kingdom fireworks. I can imagine hanging out in a hot tub and watching Magic Kingdom fireworks. That would be very, very nice. Realize I'm shaking my table. Disney says the resort will have 967 rooms from studio suites, plus 1 and 2 bedroom lake houses along the waterfront. Many rooms are expected to offer Bay Lake views by day and Magic Kingdom fireworks by night. When Rob and I saw the construction area, when we were there in December, they're A-frames. So they look, kind of remind you of like a Swiss chalet, but if you've ever been to like summer camps, they always have the A-frames that you go, the kids would like, a whole bunch would be in there. They kind of look like that. But obviously probably a lot more elegant with beds and kitchens. This could be a really good fit for families, and it could also be a really good fit for couples because you're going to have those more secluded areas that won't have kids in them, usually. I'm curious what the dining is going to be like. It's probably going to have a nice restaurant in it. At least I'm assuming it's going to have a nice restaurant. Most DVCs do. The biggest problem I see with this is its location. It's right next to Fort Wilderness, which means that, like Wilderness Lodge in Fort Wilderness, it's only going to have bus transportation to everywhere but Magic Kingdom. And Magic Kingdom will only have boat transportation. So if it's thundering and lightning or a really bad rainstorm, you're going to have to take a bus the long way around the lake to Magic Kingdom. So I'm curious if that's going to affect the cost. The new Polynesian Tower is less expensive than the Poly. The rooms are a little smaller, a little more modern, and it's DVC. But I'm curious if it's going to be more on that price range because it's still not cheap, or if it's going to be more like the Fort Wilderness Lodge, Animal Kingdom price range because you're dealing with only bus transportation. Because there's a lot of people that don't want to spend $700 a night on a room and then have to take a bus everywhere. And I understand that. We had no problems taking a bus when we stayed in Animal Kingdom Lodge. We felt that the rooms and the views and the experience there was more than enough of an exchange for having to take a bus everywhere. And they had lots of buses. We never waited more than 10 minutes for a bus for whatever place we were going. It was great. It's, a year from now, so it's, a ways out. But like I said, when they announce the opening, they're going to announce shortly thereafter when they're going to start taking bookings. And those initial couple of months usually book up fast. So if you're thinking about it for next summer, stay on top of the news, listen to the podcast, whatever the case may be, so that you know when it's going to start booking. The other thing that came out just this morning, actually at 6 a.m. Well, yesterday was halfway to Christmas. And next week, Rob and I are going to go all through the offers and what's going to be happening at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Jollywood Nights is coming back. What are they going to be offering at the resorts? We're going to talk about all that stuff and really get into the details. And more importantly, kind of tell you from our experiences, especially just so recently last December, what we think you should do, what you think you should skip. But what they did do is they came out with discounts that go along with halfway to Christmas. So that end of the year discounts that we've been waiting on finally came out. The first one is for Disney Plus Perks members. Now, if you're just a Disney Plus member and you're like, what's a Perks member? Go into the online, go into your account, it says join Perks, just click the button. It's free. Why you have to go through that, I don't know, but you do. Disney Plus Perks members can save up to 25% on rooms and receive free park hopper benefits when purchasing a 4-night, 4-room and ticket package at select Disney resorts. The offer applies to select stays. Now, it's a lot less days than the next one I'm going to talk about because it's actually a really good deal. I mean, 25% off your hotel and free park hopper. I mean, park hoppers is like $120 for 4 days or something like that. It's a lot of money they're going to be saving. So the offer applies to select dates. I can say it. September 25th through October 8th, October 19th through the 31st. So if you're going to Mickey's Not So Scary, you can get this deal. If you've already made your reservations, you can have it adjusted. If you're one of my clients, I've already adjusted it or I've reached out to you if you had problems. If you're any client of the Curated Travel Collection, your agent will reach out to you. Or you yourself can call Disney and have it adjusted if possible. November 15th through the 28th, which is actually Thanksgiving. So I was surprised that it was actually being offered Thanksgiving week. It's one of the busier weeks of the year. And then Christmas, December 13th through the 24th. So you can experience, if you're in one of these dates, it's either for, Mickey's Not So Scary or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas or Jollywood Nights. They're very popular times of the year and it's a great deal. It's going to go fast. Okay. It's going to go fast. So you need to be a Disney Plus subscriber enrolled in Disney Perks. The Disney Plus subscriber, of course, has to be in the main person on the reservation, the main person in the room, 4-night stay, minimum, no more than 14 nights. Everyone in the room is on the same package, and it can be bundled with the kids eat free dining. So if you add dining, the kids would eat free, but that's the only promotion it can be bundled with. You can't, pile them on. It's a great deal. Now, there's a certain amount of rooms in each hotel that this deal will go for. And when those sell out, they sell out. I don't know how many are at Pop Century compared to Grand Floridian, compared to wherever else. So they may very easily sell out very quickly. And of course, it's up to 25%, which means 25% off the deluxe rooms and probably 15% off your Pop Centuries and your All-Stars. The second one is a general room discount of up to 20% for select rooms during the holiday season with dates including most Sundays to Thursday nights from October 4th through November 19th, and then most nights from November 22nd to December 24th. So this one does not include Thanksgiving, but it takes you right up to Christmas. It's a room-only discount, so park tickets are not included. This one's really good if you're in the military, so you're going to buy your tickets through your MWR if you have an annual pass. Things like that. Or if you're going on one of the blackout dates from the first one, 20% off your room is a pretty good deal. And the same with up to, so more expensive resorts, 20%, less expensive resorts, probably 10%. But a savings is a savings. And it's not, it's a savings and you need to think of it that way. And you need to, if you were looking into it and you haven't planned your holidays yet, you can reach out to me and I can help you, but also look strategically at it for days. So like this is The second one's Sunday through Thursday in the early times. So, Friday and Saturday is going to go back up to the full cost. So, can you finagle your dates a little bit? Can you fly in on Saturday, and fly out on Friday so you only get one higher rate? Things like that. You're trying to work it. How you plan it and what resort you pick can sometimes be just as important as the discount you get. So that's really quick, down and dirty episode for this week. Didn't have a lot going on. Just wanted to hop on and say hi. I think I'm getting a cold, so hopefully I will still be all good and ready to go on Sunday when Rob and I will record the next episode. But that's it for this week, folks. Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Two Gray Mice. I'm Meg. You can follow us and subscribe. It would be fabulous. Please, wherever you can, leave us a rating or review. If you would like to follow us on Instagram, we're at Two Gray Mice Podcast. It's the number 2. You can email us at the number 2, graymice@gmail.com. And we are Gray Mice Podcast on TikTok. Gray Mice Travel on TikTok. That's it. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.